Season 3, episode 41. How are you all feeling today, this Tuesday? We're going to be tapping in to universal laws, as always, on the eve of a very, very powerful full moon, super moon in Taurus. It is all about plucking weeds to plant seeds, and in the energy of plucking weeds, we are tapping into earth energy. Taurus vibes, grounding yourself, anchoring yourself, rooting yourself, tapping into this frequency of home and hearth and sanctuary, Venus ruled. So our relationships, our finances, and how it is that you are seeing yourself in the future and remembering that the future is now. So making sure that you are doing everything that you can in a very action-oriented way, in a very grounded way, to implement the things that you see and the visions that you have for yourself tomorrow, today. So what are you doing today to anchor and ground and root yourself into your most abundant timeline? That is the question that this moon is asking us. And when we ask the questions why, we have to actually answer them. So tap in to this moon. Very powerful. Super moon's all about the energy being much brighter, the energy of the moon being much closer to us. So it's really that kind of reach up and touch and bring down to the ground, especially with the earth alignment, what it is that you want to experience, inform, and experience. Okay? I hope y'all are good. We are tapping into mugwort because we are tapping into Venus energy, manifesting our magic, Taurus alignment. This is Empress energy, mother energy. Mother mugwort is all about our magic abilities. It's about our dreamscape, lucid dreaming, and again, the abracadabra of it all, bringing to fruition what it is that we want to experience. Tapping in with bloodstone for the aligned crystal to bring in the energy of mothering, the energy of our bloodlines, the energy of ancestral alignment as we're tapping into Mother Mugwort for this supermoon in Taurus. Tomorrow, it peaks. It's going to be awesome. Depending on when I post a little clip, I may say tomorrow, but it may already be today, November 5th, okay? So November 5th, Wednesday, November 5th is our supermoon in Taurus, all right? So I give thanks to you. I give thanks to Baba Ozain, the Orisha of everything that is green and grows. Ashe. Give thanks, give thanks. Welcome, Danyar. Welcome, Michael. Thank you for joining the live. And for those who follow me on TikTok, Sabrina Sahara shares on TikTok, then you are aware that the very, very bittersweet alignment that is so perfectly on point with this full moon in Taurus, my cherry tree at the community garden that I manage had to get cut down. 60-year-old cherry tree was splitting, and then we had a really bad storm about a week ago, and she started swaying. She was going down. She was going to come down, so we had to call an arborist. They saw as well how, immediate the action needed to be taken in regards to cutting her down, so we had to cut her down, and I cried my eyes out the whole way through. But it was definitely, again, bittersweet. It was really a safe decision, despite it being a sad decision. We had to obviously think about the community, and for those of us that are coming and going, and it's 60 years old. She was tall. She was bearing a lot of fruit in the springtime. So if she did fall, it wasn't just the people that were in the garden that could have been at risk. It was even people walking outside on the sidewalk and the cars and such. So we definitely had to cut her down. So she's down. I had the arborist cut her in different pieces so that we can share with the community to have a little memento and memory of her. I used to hug her every day. So the section that I used to hug, the arborist actually cut that exact, about 24 inches, I would say about, maybe 18. It might have been about 18. But that whole section that I used to hug, I have as my new meditation stool out in my yard. So I'm really, really grateful for that. And then I had him cut some small pieces that I call community coasters so that we can share with the community. How cute is that? So we've got many of these that we are giving out to our members and volunteers and stuff. And I kept this one because it has a little baby sprout of her. So this is Shireen. This is one of the pieces of Shireen that's left. And it was very, very sad. But I'm feeling better because we also had a commemoration for her on Sunday and planted various beautiful flower bulbs all around the base of her, the roots of her in this circle that we actually had her, in between. And we're going to wait in the spring and see what blooms. But did that and then had this stunning morning cloak butterfly visit right when we were doing that. So morning cloak butterflies represent transformation and, the loss, but to bring in the energy of rebirth. So it was so on point, and I'd never seen a morning cloak butterfly in the garden before. So I do believe Shireen's energy, her spirit, was just letting me know that she's transformed, and the work that we were doing to commemorate, to bring in flowers that are going to come in spring. And you bring flowers for when people transition and such. So it was just all perfectly in alignment and very, very much cosmic confirmation. So I was grateful, definitely got a lot of comfort in that. And then we realized that this intangible magic is so, so, so very tangible, and energy is everything and so real. Queen Robin, welcome, honey. How you doing? Ash, welcome. You want to hug me? Thank you. That would have been nice. How are you? Welcome, welcome. How y'all feeling? How you doing? Tapping in. We've got our full moon tomorrow in Taurus. I'm a Taurus sun, by the way. I am a Taurus sun, so this is my moon. I am so, so, so excited and ready for this moon. My BFF is in town for this moon, so she is visiting me, and I am so incredibly happy. Kai is home today since there's no school, so she's gonna be, hanging with us and stuff, and has been hanging with us since my best friend arrived yesterday. And then I've got a few of my other queens coming through tomorrow, so we're gonna have a little my social media performance vibe energy in regards to TikTok and that. I call them the Vibe Tribe. But when I have a gathering, I call it the Tribe Vibe. So we're having a tribe vibe tomorrow, just a few of us with my best friend and Kai. So we're gonna hang for a little bit and do a little thing and some full moon in Taurus rituals about the grounding and, things that we wanna discard and bury and release to bring in the increase. So it's always more powerful in community, and especially divine feminine energy. Venus aligned with this Taurus moon. I am so excited. Taurus full moons are in Scorpio season, and Scorpio season is about transformation and death and rebirth. So it's always so perfectly in line. So we're going to definitely tap in nice and deep tomorrow. So Robin said, if you're ever in Tennessee, please let me know. I just found out Nashville has a hoodoo festival in May. That's awesome. And I would absolutely let you know if I was in Tennessee. Girl, you'd be my first call. Like, girl, I'm coming. Like, what you mean? Absolutely, Queen Robin. Hey, Mason. I see your question. Thank you, I think, if that's the compliment. Yeah. So I'm going to tap in. We're going to see what Spirit has in store for us with our universal laws for this week. And I hope y'all are good. I hope you're feeling the energy. It's a powerful time to do a cord cutting for this moon. So for any of those who are aware of cord cuttings and what they are, what they represent, how powerful they are, that means you may have done one before, you may have found something online that you resonate with. I would definitely say to look into it further or to revisit that so that you can tap in either tonight, tomorrow, the night after, 3 days before or after the peak of the full moon or the night of the full moon is always very, very powerful to do a cord cutting because you have that release support, because full moons are all about releasing, discarding, catharsis, what it is that we want to bury, clear. And it very much is in terms of the element that the moon represents. So in this case, our Taurus alignment is an earth alignment. So you think of the energy of burying, what it is that you want to bury. If let's say it was a Sagittarius alignment, a fire sign, then you want to think about what you want to burn away, right? We think about Pisces, for example, as a water sign. You think about what it is that you want to come into an energy of catharsis and wash away. And then, for example, if it's a Libra moon, then you're thinking about the air elements and it's something that you want to blow away and just kind of, scatter to the wind type of energy. So in this case, again, Taurus alignment, earth alignment. So tap into this energy of cord cutting and envision what it is that you are burying, that you are putting to rest. Rest in peace. Let it go, right? So if you are not versed in regards to cord cutting and it is something that is of interest to you, especially to tap into this very, very powerful frequency and support to do so, please do not hesitate to touch base with me. I do have a very, very powerful cord cutting ritual that works with the governing meridian, that works with a magnet, that helps completely clear out on a very cellular and emotional level and physical. And there's so many things that you're able to cord cut with this particular method, because it's not just about people and places, it's about your own thought processes and blockages and toxicities and. So don't hesitate to touch base with me, DM or whatever it may be, and I will send you an overview that is no cost for you to just see it, get all the logistics and details. So if you DM me your email, I will send that to you. You can take a look, see how it resonates, and then we follow up from there if it is something that you think can support you, especially during this time that, again, so supportive for a cord cutting. Sometimes we are holding on to things and ideas that we don't even realize that we're holding on to. And this is where this work is so deep, because it goes to the subconscious. It takes out the things that not only is hard for us to take out for ourselves, but that we don't even realize that we're still holding on to. So let me know. I got you. Okay. Hello, Sandro. Welcome. Thank you for joining the live. Let's tap in. Is there anything else that I wanted to share? I think that's it for now. As always, I am still providing my remote readings as well as the private readings for oracle observations. So I am back open to doing them. I had to take a little hiatus in a sense, but I'm doing the lives on TikTok every night pretty much at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I've been, getting a lot more inquiries and such. So I've opened the books again for remote readings as well as for private on Zoom virtual readings for the oracle observations. So if you are interested in that and want me to tap in for you a little bit deeper for a specific inquiry or concern, please, again, do not hesitate to touch base with me. Send me a DM or whatever it may be. And I'm doing my soul coaching as always. So if you want any one-on-one support, soul consulting, soul coaching is basically thinking about life coaching, but it is very, very targeted to the soul. So it is my soul to yours. It is my Ori to yours, my higher self to yours, really tapping in, coming into alignment to figure out what it is that needs to be first and foremost released in order for the increase to be able to come through. That's the work, ultimately. We are who we are. We have everything that we literally are looking for. It is all there. It's just about pinpointing the stuff that is burying, bogging it down, that is keeping us at bay from our own selves, ultimately. So, I got you. Let me know. I do offer a free complimentary discovery call to see if it's a good fit for us to work one-on-one. So again, please do not hesitate to touch base with me for soul coaching services, free complimentary discovery call. And I got you. Okay. All right. Let's see what Spirit has in store for we. For those who are here, you can give me a stop top or a stop bottom unless a single card comes out. And then that is Spirit choosing for us. Let's see. Who's here? That's 2 cards. I'll put them back in. That's multiple cards flipping. Oh, I see a stop top, so I'm just going to stop and take the top. I'm going to just stop, take the top. All right, Queen Robin, let's see what we got. The law of relativity. You are divinely perfect. Live your truth. Number 6 energy. So tapped into Venus. Venus's number is 6, and we're tapping into a Venus full moon. So in perfect alignment with the energy of perfection. You are perfection. We are perfection. We were born perfect. And then life happens, right? And then society happens and tells us about imperfection and flaws and all of these things. And absolutely, there is the double-edged energy in regards to the energy of perfect, and that we don't have to be perfect, but ultimately we were made perfect. So just make sure that you are putting yourself in a very centered, balanced approach in regards to the understanding of perfection versus imperfection, flaws versus flawless, because we are everything. We are absolutely everything, perfection included. So you are divinely perfect. Live your truth. When we pass through life and we experience things that ultimately make us feel very concerned about the day to day, the matrix, the matter that matters, we can get very caught up in that mundane that we don't stay in tune with the relativity of everything, that as above, so below of everything. If we tap into the frequency of as above being perfection, then how could we so below not be? If we tap into the frequency of co-creating and co-curating this experience that we are living in, then how is it that life is a reflection of the creator, of what is divinely perfect, and then for us to not be that as well? We are not a part of nature, we are nature. We are not trying to acquire abundance, we are abundance. We are not looking at God outside of ourselves, we are God. So all of this is about the frequency and the electricity and the magnetism that brings in what it is that we want to experience in this life, the tangible things that we want to experience. But we have to feel these things before we experience them. Oftentimes we are waiting for the experience to happen in order for our emotions, our energy in motion, to follow suit. Fortunately, it's not how it works. Because if we're feeling low vibrational or anxious or impatient or worried or, in lack consciousness or scarcity, it's going to be very hard for us to pull in the opposite of that. So we have to put ourselves in the frequency of already being in it, experiencing it. There is no separation. Dilute yourself. Like be in the delulu of it all so that it can then be a vibrational match to you. That is this energy of relativity. Tapping into what is relational, what is reflection. So you have to be it to see it, right? Don't try to see it to be it. It's not going to work that way. So feel it, be in the vibration, imagine how you would respond and react when this thing that you want and have been working for just happens. Imagine, because again, our imagination, we're so grateful and need to be so grateful for our imagination. Tap into our frequency of childhood, because kids and their imagination, you can't tell them no, you can't tell them nothing. If they say, no, that's my friend Sally, she's right here, you don't see her? They look at you like, what is wrong with you? How do you not see Sally? You know what I'm saying? They are so sure because they have that imagination and they believe. So